But every time you make a payment, digitally or mobile, what actually happens is you're basically sending a text message that, hey, you have received 2,000 from Felix, and Felix get the same message that, hey, I've sent you 2,000 Kenyan shillings. So basically, that's a huge problem. Is that fundamentally the cost of this transaction is about 33 shillings, and if I did 5 of these transactions in a day, I've lost more than $1. Yet the cost of financing my food for that day was equivalent to this dollar or more. Africa needs the opportunity to be able to send money, make any forms of digital payments. But the cost is very high. So why make this thing very expensive when it's just an SMS that you're sending? So this is how we ended up developing HekoPay. So I was in an hospital, and this is, of all those times, we've been paying insurance. And for the first time, I didn't. I just forgot that, hey, I need to pay for my insurance. So this day, I'm some host in an hospital, and I'm wondering, I'm going to my financial ledger, my M-Pesa, and I noticed that. So over the year, I did about 2 million in transactions. And my transactional cost, do you guys have an idea of how much they were? Quite a lot. Interesting enough is it takes you 3 months of your transaction is enough to pay for your son's or your daughter's school fees in Kenya. So you're wondering, how is it that these transaction costs are very high and yet we need these solutions? So this is how we ended up with HekoPay. HekoPay enables you to make the same transactions and at the same time save 90% of your transactional costs towards a prepayment. Now, I didn't do the slides because I want your attention to me, and the stage is huge, so let's connect. So picture this. If you send 5 transactions in a day, and your average cost of that transaction was about 150 shillings, it means that, and if you did this in a month, it means that in that month you have about 3,000 shillings. What 3,000 shillings can do for Kenyans is this. They can have their gas delivered to them. They can have shopping in terms of voucher. And we're just thinking, why make this market that is so huge, over $1 trillion in terms of capitalization, be just accessible to one player, which is M-Pesa, and we appreciate what they've done before. But think about it. 300 billion in transaction costs as revenue. Why not take 30 billion? This is what basically we are having, and then take the existing 270 billion back to the business ecosystems. So what we're enabling business to do is an opportunity to collect and use this collection to reinvent it back into the inventory. And that is purely what HekoPay is doing. So I'll be glad to listen to your conversation. It's purely as simple as that. I could tell you the whole chain and how it goes and how we're making our money, but I think fundamentally what is very important here is the impact that you're building in Africa is, should my grandmother be able to send money, and as she's sending money, she's actually smiling and not frowning, because when you receive a text message that, hey, you've received this amount of money, there's always a smile, right? Whether you're a business or you're as a person. But when you're the one sending it, it's not necessarily the same case. But because you're thinking about, I've sent this much, and I'm already losing. So let's see how can we help Africa be able to make the same transactions, because the mobile money and the digital payments has about a market of 450 million users. They're unbanked. So think about your fund, your money getting into this. And as I finalize, we're looking to raise about 5.5 million USD to be able to take us into this market. Why this big money is because we're going against a big player. I can give you traction, but my traction won't make much sense if I don't get to the market and capture it completely. Thank you.